This is how I feel when I survive turn 1. But then you have the rest of the race. What's up everyone, we're back, and honestly, I truly felt like Dom right here. I recently read a comment where if you handed a man a beer and a bulldozer with an open field to plow, he'd take that bulldozer, plow the field, and make a racetrack where the racers would come. Well, long story short, that's how Suzuka was born. If you couldn't guess, that's where we raced all week. In all seriousness though, this was an amazing track. This has become one of my favorite tracks for a handful of reasons. It's fast, with lots of turns, and it's almost a roller coaster of a track. With winding curbs, elevation, and death waiting around every turn, every move you make needs to be quick and well thought out. So buckle up as I take you into the cockpit of my final qualifying lap. Jumping into the cockpit, we're flying to the first corner. We want to get down to about 3rd gear, lightly on the brakes. That way we can exit out, use all of the track here. And then we want to be sacrificing time throughout the snakes here so that we can get a good run through the whole section. You're going to try to be using the inside of these curbs, braking here so you can bring the car back out to the right side, trying to bring it in, finding grip, and now you accelerate. Trying to bring the car around so you're faster on the inside, braking. We want to hit this curb on the inside, accelerate, come up, brake again, and then come out. You can easily oversnap here, so you got to be careful. And we need to lock in, like now. This is the final lap. We went off track the last lap. We have a good lap going right now. We get an amazing run out of the hairpin. All we have to do is finish the rest of the track. We're coming through the back stretch. We start touching grass and, yep, that's an off track. So we're not gonna have a qualifying lap. Moving ahead to the race, we're starting in the back. The lights are green. We're gonna get a major launch. Cars are everywhere. We don't care. We're sending it through. Gonna come up to this Red Bull car. I'm also gonna be trying out different camera angles throughout this race. So maybe some times where that affects what I'm saying, but for now, hey, we've launched up maybe 5-6 positions. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're in 10th. I believe we started in P20 in this race, so 10 spots out of turn 1. We take that. We're going to be approaching the end of the snakes, losing control. We save it. We get in front of this guy. I feel so bad. I do immediately get on the mic, apologize. That's going to hold up everyone behind us, thankfully. So still P10, even with all of that. Coming up to the beginning of these corners. I don't know what they're called. I apologize. But I do know we're approaching the hairpin. We want to probably keep up with this pack. We're in a good spot. So that's my focus right now. Just get through the first lap, stay with these cars, and we're in a good spot for a good race. Going to the back stretch, we don't want to touch this grass. We know what happens if we do. We do a good job. And then we are coming into the back corner here. This one I kind of struggled with. You want to come on the outside. You want to lose speed here so that you can then have a good run out. I actually do it here. As you can see, I'm going to just fly by this Red Bull car. Flying through the back stretch. Here, we want to brake lightly around the 50. I don't think I did it at all this race, but you can actually use the grass there on the inside to stay more on the inside of the track, have a good run. Coming through the chicane, want to drop down first. Keep your throttle kind of precise so you don't spin out. And that is going to be lap 1 finish. Again, my goal was just to survive lap 1. I want to keep up with this pack. We're going to jump ahead, I believe to like lap 3. I believe we actually gained a position through that one green car. He had an off track and had to slow down. We're approaching the snakes again. I felt like this was one of my better sections of the track throughout the week. All of it as possible, sacrificing speed, get your tire up on here. You want to actually get it into the green there so it clips. It helps you just stay in line for everything. Finding grip here again, gonna accelerate up into the back corners, braking right around the 100, down into 4th. You want to hit that curve so you can be accelerating out, down into 2nd. Again, approaching that hairpin, we're staying with the pack. We've actually, it seems like, gained time on them. Coming through the hairpin, gonna get slowed down a little bit, but that's fine. This is a spot we can fight for. Now we just need to go through this back stretch. Yep, we touched the grass. I don't know. I don't know why I couldn't find grip on this back stretch this race. I just couldn't. I touched the grass. Gives this guy an opportunity. I think he gains like half a second. That's fine. We got to drop an extra gear here. Launch out. And looks like everyone's around the same speed. And that's going to be all right for me. Again, we're in a good spot. So we just want to keep up with these cars. Have minimal mistakes throughout the race. And we come in and it looks like we just missed that turn completely. So now the car behind us should be right on our bumper. We need to have a great run through here. He goes out to the left there. And it makes me just have a weird run through the chicane. He's gonna be right on my bumper through this, and I think I'm just gonna give it to him. I don't really care to fight him. I want to stay with the pack, and yeah, that's what it looks like I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna let him through here on the first corner, try to get a good run, just stay on his bumper, and yeah, looks like we're coming through the snakes again. Once again, just trying to sacrifice some speed, accelerate out, get your car out on the right, bring your car up here on the curb, accelerate, braking, so that you can accelerate, bring your car out to the right. I'm doing kind of a bad job of that. Find grip here, and accelerate, round to the 100, gonna brake, wanna drop it down to 4th. I wanna hit this inside curve, I keep missing it. Dropping down to 2nd, accelerate out, and we approach the hairpin again. I think this was one of my strongest sections. Like, as you can see, I just catch everyone here. I know you got to slow down a lot. I think I just knew to brake a bit later than everyone else, and it helped me carry speed. We need to nail this back straight, and we're in the grass again. That's going to allow another car to start approaching us. He's going to go left on the inside. I'm going to stay outside. I don't want to fight. I just want to stay with this pack of cars. I believe now with those two cars passing us, we're back in P10. So this race, I've just decided that's probably where I'm going to be. We do have multiple cars in front of us, so those spots are within reach of our race. So I believe P7, right? Near the end of the race. We're still early in the race. But these are things I'm thinking of because it's a long race. It's 15 laps, I think it was, on this track. So, and this is only like lap 3 or 4. And there's a lot that's happened, but there's a lot more that can happen. So we're just trying to be safe. And yeah, going to the first corner again. Coming up wide, lightly on the brakes, accelerate out, using all of the track. The snakes are just so much fun. As you can see, this is why I was just bringing up the comment I read earlier about a drunk man. I mean, you're just winding through here. You keep turning. The turns never end. You get through the snakes, and it's like, you know what? You might as well just do another turn. But it's just oddly satisfying because you do keep a lot of speed through it all. And I mean, you're approaching pretty high speeds near this corner, so it's just again just a roller coaster. You're just, things are flying at you as you fly around this track. is a lot of fun. When you connect everything, it just feels right. Here we are at the hairpin again. We've caught up with the cars that we've kind of let pass us. So we're in a good spot. P10, P7, P8, P9 in front of us. So that's the fight I'm looking for. It looks like this yellow car is kind of slowing up the group. That's good for us. That's going to allow us to catch up. Maybe get in on this fight. Maybe get a position out of it. Follow a car through. Come on to the final stretch. And let's see what happens. We do have a car behind us. Not too worried about it. Trying to pay attention in front of here. Cars are kind of getting everywhere. This is a little scary. There's a little contact made. There's cars in the middle of the track, cars on the left of the track. Let's just see if we can go on the inside. And I'm going to back out. I don't like that. I didn't want to spin out the one guy. I didn't want to ruin my race. But it did allow the one car to catch up almost all the way. Moving on to this next lap. I mean, we know we have pace on this group in front of us. We know we should catch them at around the hairpin. So we just need to minimize our mistakes through the snakes, through the hairpin, through that back stretch. And we should be able to make a play on a position. Coming through the snakes, it looks like the green car actually made its way through and has gained a position. So now we're just kind of following this monster car. We'll see if we can get through. I know the mental is on this yellow car. He's just had about 3 cars pass him, and we're gonna come out of here. It looks like he bumps, he snapped, and I'm just gonna send him out of the way. I don't feel like there is anything I could do about that. Like I'm kind of trying to maintain my speed. He hits the bump, he starts spinning. I hit my brakes the best I could. But that is a position. So we are P9 now, I believe. But we did lose a lot of time due to having to hit the brakes out of the exit. And so now we have to play catch up again. Going to go a bit too deep here onto the final stretch. But again, we're in a good spot. P9, we started in the very back. I believe we're 6-7 laps in now, and it looks like this might be what my race is going to be. Approaching the chicane, actually getting a pretty good run out of here. Right now we're just trying to be focused, stay calm, do the laps we know how to do, and just catch up to these cars. Approaching the first corner, dropping down to 4th, into 3rd. Want to bring it down low so we can accelerate out. And here comes the snakes. I feel like, again, this was just a strong section for me. Maybe not here. As you can see, I didn't sacrifice a lot. That's going to kill a lot of time. But I think the green car had a bad run because I do feel like I'm gaining on them. We're going to approach these back corners here. Again, you want to break down. You want to be hitting this curb so you can accelerate out up into here. I just miss it every single time. Accelerate. Approach the hairpin. Like I said, I feel like I just knew to brake a bit later. And bam, we're kind of right back on them through the hairpin onto the back stretch. This is where I want to be. We're not directly behind them, but if they fight at all, we will be. We should be catching a bit of the draft on the stretches. We just need to have a good run through the back here. We do. The car in front starts spinning out. And what? I mean, why? Why are we going across the track? I ended up talking to the dude. He was immediately sorry. But yeah, I mean, that's just the race right there. It's over. Nothing could be done. Maybe I could have braked earlier, but we aren't going to finish this one. Sadly, not every race goes as planned, but we still had a great week of racing, though it was mostly me driving alone in front of everyone. If that's something you'd like to see, leave a comment below and don't forget to subscribe. There was quite a bit of iRating gained this week. Hopefully, we will be at top split soon. Next week, we are going to Mexico. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'll see you on the track.